Hey, what's up there, Kiss Army? Tom and Zeus with another episode of Shout It Out Loudcast. Episode 37. We're calling this one Box Set Disc 1. Tom, how the hell are you?
Oh, I'm great. That sounds like a mystery episode. Box Set Disc 1. Ooh.
What's in Disc 1?
Yeah. Ooh. What's going on, partner?
Nothing. Just, we were just talking. It's already turned around and it's hockey season. I am missing a Bruins preseason game. And yes, I am taping it, but that's okay. Yeah, I'm that much of a Bruins hockey fan. Kiss comes first.
Well, that's what happens, though. When you live in a city full of winners like the Patriots and the Bruins, the off seasons are very, very short.
Exactly. And we're at that time of season. It's more and more fall season. I think by the time we episode next week, it will be the fall season. My favorite time of the year, Stonehill Memories.
Oh, God.
Yep. We had a lot of feedback. Speaking of Stonehill, we got a lot of feedback from last week when we had Murph on with us.
Yeah, most of the feedback was like, how does none of you know how to fucking count?
I tried doing it again and like listening to the episode and figuring out, I think you won by one at least.
Probably.
I dozed off. I'm trying to listen again. I'm like, what was that again? That was a lot of fun.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, yeah. And we'll do Kiss trivia again with our host, Murph. And what's with him becoming like a pseudo celebrity?
People love Murph. They love the Murph, man. How can you not?
The crowd seems to love him.
Exactly. He's popular.
Yes. He does a great job for him. We love having him on. And so, Murph, we'll have you back on soon enough as you get a permission slip. You can come back on board.
Yeah, Murph, enjoy that because that was probably the first and probably last time Zeus will give you a compliment and say something nice.
Usually, I love the kid. I don't, where's this perception that I shit on him all the time?
Because you do.
You do?
Exactly.
No, I don't. Come on. We love Murph.
We all do.
Yeah, so that was a lot of fun. Speaking of that, we also got a lot of feedback on our nice Kiss polls that we got going out there.
Yeah, well, right now, so the big Thursday Team Zeus versus Team Tom poll, so we're recording on Thursday. So we put that one out in honor of the solo albums, which we'll get into. So we knew what the results of this poll was going to be, but we had to put it out there. So we did Ace versus Paul.
Yeah, we knew that the Kiss fans out there are all wrong.
I got to be honest with you, Zeus. I'll be honest with the everybody out there in Kiss world. I truly struggle with the overwhelming love for the Ace album. I get it. There's a lot of great songs on there. There are. But I don't understand why people really like dismiss Paul's album. Like, have people listened to that recently? I don't get it.
Yeah, I think that thing is, it gets back to, is it cool to be a Paul Stanley fan?
That's exactly right.
Or is it cool to be an Ace Frehley fan?
You nailed it. I think people like the Ace album because it's Ace. I mean, I don't deny the quality of the music on the album, but right now, the last time I checked, it was like, 68-32 in favor of Ace. There's no way
to put in comparison.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of Van Halen and you're a guy, you like Eddie Van Halen. If you're a girl, you like David Lee Roth. That's how I look at it.
Okay.
Since most Kids fans are guys, I would assume, they're going to gravitate towards the crazy fucking drunkard.
Yeah, and I think
rather than the flamboyant, androgynous,
Right, but and I agree with that.
Lead singer.
But if you're choosing the album on the quality of the music, I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I know everybody's got their own opinion, and that's fine. That's why we love Kiss. That's why we love having this podcast for discussions and stuff. It just always struck me odd as just the people just like insane, like, oh, Ace it's not even close. I'm like, it's actually a lot closer than you think. So,
well, it's not closer. Ace's Paul's is better.
I agree. I think me and you are.
And I were like, which album do you want to pick? I said, I'll take the loss. I'll take Paul. I know he's going to lose, but I think it's a better album.
Absolutely.
So that was one of the polls. We did a couple other different polls this week.
The poll earlier in the week. This was another one that we did because we always try to do a Monday poll that's kind of somewhat tied into the episode.
Correct.
So with trivia last week, it was a little bit more difficult. So what we did was we made a poll question based off one of the trivia questions, which discussed the lead guitarists in Kiss. Yeah. So we didn't include Ace as an option because we knew that he would get smoked.
Yeah, of course.
But not surprisingly to me, Bruce Kulick overwhelmingly dominated the poll against Vinny, Tommy, and Mark St. John. And the guys from Pot of Thunder, thank you for retweeting our poll. They were great. They retweeted the poll and they said anybody who's voting for Mark St. John is just doing so to be an asshole or something along those lines. Because I think Mark St. John got like 3 or 4% of the vote.
Yeah, I know. Poor Tommy. It's bad enough like people weren't voting for him. People had to write in there, fuck Tommy or fucking fake Ace and whatever.
Right, and it's kind of and I didn't want to get into it with people online, but it's like, okay, we're not asking you what you think of Tommy as, the spaceman or an Ace replacement. We're asking what you think of as a lead guitarist. And if you've seen him on this End of the Road tour, forget about what he looks like. Use your ears, not your eyes. Open up your ears, jackass. Fucking Tommy I'm not going to say he's better than Bruce because I love Bruce, but let's not discredit how amazing Tommy really is as a guitar player.
Yeah, and it's just, we've talked about this before. With the fact that Tommy's in there, him and Eric Singer at this point, I think that allows Kiss to continue. So I love the polls. We've been putting them on, sharing them in some of the Facebook groups. And, we were kind of avoiding those Facebook groups for a while because they can become toxic. It's just the over and over just people and the sensitivity. It was continuing again with like people like you find Kiss is only from 1974 through 1980 and then it's 1996 through that's the only Kiss. And like, what the fuck, dude? Relax. Enjoy. You know what? You can like Van Halen with David Lee Roth and Van Halen with Sammy Hagar. You don't have to pick one or the other. Same thing with Kiss. Yeah. So people are just, what the fuck? So uptight and sensitive about this shit, right?
And it's bad when Zeus and myself are calling other people uptight and sensitive.
Yeah, we're getting like, whoa, Jesus, calm down with your opinion there. Whoa, calm down.
Exactly.
So, which leads us to other polls, which are going on right now. The guy that has the Hook Rocks, he does a lot of the polls for each band. He's gone through already Aerosmith, AC/DC, Zeppelin,
the brackets,
Metallica.
Yep.
So, yeah, now he was kind enough to ask us and reach out, hey, do you mind if I do the one for Kiss? Because we had started this when we did the Kiss March Madness, the Makeup Madness poll that we did for NCAA 64 teams back in March. We will have another one coming out, guys, when that one comes up. It'll be a non-makeup 64 team. But he mentioned it to us, and we're like, yeah, go ahead. More love to Kiss. We love it. And he's been kind enough to tag us, and the feedback has been great on that. We've seen a lot of the action there. And
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to say it's tough because the reason Zeus and I did the makeup tournament was because, we're a Kiss podcast. The Hook Rocks is not a Kiss podcast. They're a music podcast. So it was tough for us to come up with 64 songs overall. So we just did makeup, and we'll do non-makeup next year. He, to his credit, it's almost impossible, and he kind of even acknowledged, to take just 64 songs from the entire Kiss catalog. Right now there's a lot of battles out there, man. There's a lot of it's crazy.
I have to call bullshit on one of them. He took Black Diamond and put it up against 1,000,000 right off the bat. I'm like, dude, those are probably two of my Mount Rushmore Kiss songs. What the fuck you doing?
I know. I mean, it's crazy because I think
round?
And with all due respect to him, it's not his fault, but it's tough when you're just picking 64 songs, you know, and you know, I mean, we love 1,000,000 to 1, but how many people out there that aren't Kiss fans that follow him, you know, they might not be that much of a deep cut fan, you know. But
yeah, I hear you. But if you're doing a poll like that, you should be. Meaning the fan picking. Yeah. So that's another thing going on. I had a couple other things I want to bring up. So Eddie Money died, Rick Ocasek died, and Paul Stanley put a couple nice notes out there online about, you know, God bless, rest in peace, good musicians. To them and their family, you know, God bless or whatever. Two guys in our era, right? Eddie Money and the Cars. The Cars, because they're from Boston, has a little bit of a thing for me and you.
Yep.
Just I remember how big that first album was.
Yeah,
remember?
I mean the Cars for me, my first, the very first memory I have of MTV is seeing the Shake It Up video. You know, I mean, I love the Cars, tons of great stuff. I love Eddie Money, tons of great stuff. And, you know, I've heard other, we listen to other podcasts too, and some people have already kind of addressed these deaths. And they said, you know, you don't want to think about it, but all of these guys are getting old. You know,
makes you dig up the albums again and start listening and appreciating good rock music. And then getting pissed because you don't see it now. The Cars video, you might think, won the first MTV award for video, and it should have. It was state of the art back then.
Oh yeah, at the time, absolutely.
Like, when did we watch videos? But yet rock videos.
You go to YouTube.
And even it gave hope to a lot of fucking ugly, dorky guys that they can land a supermodel because they picked up a guitar, right?
Yeah.
When that ugly bastard, God rest his soul, could pick up a supermodel like his wife. And,
it's true.
I thought the Cars anyways broke up when the guy Benjamin Orr died. But no. And he was my favorite. Yeah, he was my favorite one anyways. Just what I needed, and Drive and Let's Go. Better songs.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll save that.
He's a good-looking guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So handsome. So what do you got going on in the Kiss world?
So, okay. So we briefly mentioned the poll about the Kiss solo albums. So there was a little bit of Kiss social media controversy this week, which I want to address.
Peter Criss lose one of his socks?
Yeah. So on September 18th, was the date of the release of the Kiss solo albums in 1978. But also on that day, going around the social media circuit, and when I say social media circuit, I mean like
Twitter.
Respect, but I mean not
just pages.
But I don't mean just bozos like us, like people who have some credibility, who are in maybe the music.
Calling bozo,
like me and you, bozos.
Bozo,
ogre.
Never heard of him.
Ogre, you asshole.
Never heard of him. Bozo
the clown? No, man, you hung up on some clown from the 60s, man.
Is he a clown? He's a clown.
I'll give you some Seinfeld trivia if you don't know.
Right.
Do you know who that clown is?
Yeah, of course.
Go ahead.
It's
John Favreau.
It's a fucking what's his name from the actor, director.
Yeah, John Favreau
from Iron Man and a million other movies he's done.
John Favreau. Yep.
Yeah.
So there's your Seinfeld moment.
It's Rudy's sidekick.
So anyway, on September 18th, the solo albums came out. There was no dispute with that. But then people, including us, were posting that it was a big day in history because Lick It Up and Crazy Nights was released. Now,
right.
About a week or so ago, there was controversy online about the release dates of Asylum and Animalize. Apparently, they can't get it right when these friggin' 80s albums were released. Who cares for the most part? Okay, people just
and shit is not right. It's not correct.
Right. So here's the thing. I'm not going to name the name, but there was a certain individual who is connected in the Kiss world who pretty much spent the entire day going after everybody who was celebrating Lick It Up and Crazy Night's birthday on the 18th with like these huge diatribes about how
on the 8th day.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. That's a good one. About educate yourself, blah, blah, blah. So me, the little fucking instigator that I am, I went on to Kiss's official Twitter page and took a screenshot.
Did, huh?
I did.
That's very nice.
I took a screenshot from the official Kiss Twitter page.
Oh, yeah?
On September 18th, celebrating the release date of Crazy Nights. I sent it to this individual, and I said, so you're saying that the official blue check Kiss Twitter page is wrong? And he says, yes, they get it wrong all the time. I said, okay. So another person on Twitter was posting things celebrating the release of all these releases, these albums, and he jumped into their Twitter conversation saying the same thing. And this person also came back and said, Kiss is reporting on their official social media that they're celebrating the release. Yeah, it's wrong. They get them wrong all the time. If you really want to know the real release date, you got to buy my book and read the book. Like, I'm like, dude, what the fuck? You know what this guy reminded me of? Have you ever been to like a party or a work event where you get that one guy who has to be right about everything?
I have a podcast with him.
That's true. Hey, you're right. That's right. It's me. Yeah, that's right. Good one. Good. All right.
You have one with him too.
That's true. Yeah, with the two assholes.
Together, we're never wrong.
Exactly. Except for when it comes time to keep score of a fucking trivia game.
You never have that one guy. Yeah.
Yeah. I know you. I'm looking at him right now on Skype. But okay, first of all, as funny as that joke is, I'm very impressed with your fucking little delivery there, tough guy.
Go ahead.
But you know that guy, like, it doesn't matter what you say, like, you'll be like, oh yeah, I remember, when I saw Star Wars, no, you didn't see it. It came out in November. It didn't come out in April.
It wasn't me.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Maybe it wasn't you.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't you. But I'm like, dude, you know what? You spent the entire 18th of September going on social media correcting people.
I looked right in your face.
That was pretty much him.
Wasn't me.
Or maybe it wasn't you. Or maybe it wasn't the 18th.
That's supposed to be the fool, right?
So that was my rant. That was my rant about toxic social media.
That's what you get for stepping into that cesspool of fucking piss and vinegar.
Hey,
if you're going to have some piss and vinegar, you might as well have that piss cup ready and handy.
I wanted somebody on record telling me that the official Kiss social media outlets were wrong. And that person did.
And he's got a blue ribbon next to his fucking room that says, "You're a winner."
Yeah. You're a social media autocorrector.
Yay. Wonderful.
All right. So let's get to some serious news.
Ooh. We're not going to talk about our German housekeeper, Herta?
Not yet. We're going to talk about our
buddy. What about her nickname?
Not yet. We're going to save that.
When do we leave that? When do we bring up Herta and let everybody know on her nickname I used to call her? Thank God she didn't understand what I fucking used to say to her.
It's funny that you bring that up because this will segue a little bit. We're never going to get to this episode tonight, but we will. So one of Zeus and I, one of our good college friends,
Lynchy.
Lynchy met. Yeah, shout out to Lynchy because he's apparently a fan now. He sends us a message on Facebook Messenger saying, the show's hilarious. I like the Stonehill stories. So he goes, when are you going to start talking about the German housekeeper? I'm like, oh, you got to go back into our old episodes.
Herta. Oh, he remembers all that shit. And then I said to him, dude, it was you, wasn't it? When we saw that fucking Chinese restaurant that you got right, the Schwengan, when the guy hopped over the bar in one jump and started doing kung fu moves to everybody was kung fu fighting. We're like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Yeah. It was Lynchy was with me that time.
Right. That's right. Yep.
Yeah. And our good friend Lynchy, so he's a teacher.
Yep.
I'm an attorney. You're in criminal justice, right?
Yep.
Let's just leave it at that. And we're sitting there still giggling about fucking Kiss and piss cups and our German housekeeper
and getting chased by Chinese bartenders.
So I guess what I'm trying to say, guys, is, laugh a little. Life doesn't have to be that serious, right? And that brings us back to Kiss in this serious, somber moment. Go ahead, Tom.
Well, no, I mean, we could spend this entire episode just, which we will, but just real, we want to bring it back to a little, we got to talk about our buddy Gene and what's going on with him and his health.
Yeah.
So, the Salt Lake City concert from September 14th was Well, it was canceled. It was postponed. That no new date has been scheduled. And that was because Gene had some health issues. He said it's not a big deal. It's nothing to worry about. So, of course, all the skepticism now, what's going on, people are freaking out because, God forgive me for saying this, but, we were just talking about Eddie Money and Rick Ocasek and how all these stars are getting old. Gene just turned 70. They've been on this tour for, 7, 8 months now. So, people are getting nervous. And it's interesting because there hasn't been one word about what was wrong with him. Yeah.
I'm assuming it's okay because he's already set up that he, has got continuing the tour that they're going to do after the stops in the U.S.
Yeah.
I think if it was going to be anything bigger than that, they would postpone indefinitely or something.
Yeah. I mean,
he's probably just figuring, you know what? We'll be back to the LA region a little bit later. Let's let them, build it up a little bit. Let's take a couple of dates off and we'll come back to it.
And it could also be because they also first of all, they're off until November when they go to Australia. So they
also have the cruise coming up.
Yeah, that's right too. Yep.
So you would hear if it was serious, you would hear something about the Kiss cruise.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about some of the other dates that were quote unquote rescheduled because of, they said, unforeseen scheduling issues. Okay, and this was announced before Gene's health issues.
Yeah, so, I didn't think that had anything to do with ticket sales. They would never do that. It would look terrible.
Okay, hold on. So the September 16th show in Oakland has been officially rescheduled to March 6th, and the September 20th show in LA has been rescheduled to March 4th, I believe. So two things. That shows you that they're coming back to the States in March. They're not going to come back to just California in March, right? They're probably
I would assume not.
Right.
But they might come back to do a little bit of a break and then continue and they're heading back home because they both live in Cali.
Right. But when people see unforeseen scheduling issues, like you said, the first thing that popped into people's head was, they're not selling out, which, by the way, is wrong.
They need Ace.
They're selling out. They just sold out some place. It was like 20,000 people. Another place. They're selling out everywhere lately or close to. So. Yeah. You know how the rumor mill are, especially when you get on those toxic Kiss groups online. They're talking about what's going on. They're canceling the concert, whatever. So,
yeah. Well, I know. It is what it is, man.
Yeah. So that was a busy week in Kiss news for sure.
Absolutely. And the one last thing I wanted to bring up, I saw a rumor, but I don't give a shit. I'm not fucking Reuters or Associated Press that I need to worry about. Jesus, that's not verified. I did see a rumor that Ace and his girlfriend broke up. Yeah. And if that's the truth, if anything, and I hate to say this because, obviously she's a person and so is Ace, and you want them both to be happy because we're not evil people. But I think for Kiss, that's a great thing because I think she's a shit stirrer.
Yep.
And the fact that she and Ace may not be together, better way for Gene and Ace to get back and talk about things. And be quick for Ace to throw her on the bus. Go, yeah, I really didn't believe it. Yeah, she wrote those posts. Yeah, I don't think you guys went to have me killed in the Bermuda Triangle, wherever the fuck he was talking about. And then get back to maybe talking about playing some shows or do every Kiss fucking person's wet dream. Hey, Ace, on the next tour around, how would you like to open for us? And then come on and join us for a couple songs. And tell Peter, to come on in too for a couple songs.
You're still holding on to that fairy tale, aren't you?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. That's fine. Okay.
So let's get back to what this episode's supposed to be about. Yep. Kiss Box Set Disc 1.
Yep.
So obviously, as we all know, we probably all have. If you listen to a Kiss podcast, you probably have it. So we're talking about the Kiss box set. There are 5 discs. We're not going to do the whole box set. I think they'd take too long. And we're going to do like we always do because I am infatuated with lists. I love lists. I think most people do. They find it more fun. I think it's a better way to break down each individual disc and then compare them all at the end to each other because we can't compare the box set to Double Platinum or to Greatest Kiss or something, for instance. In my opinion, I don't think we can.
No, you're right. And it wouldn't be we want to break down this box set fairly, and you can't that's why we'd have to do it disc by disc.
Yeah.
You can't do an episode on the box set. I don't think you could.
Yeah, and so I'm going to probably take the lead on this one, go through some facts. Tommy's going to jump in with some facts as well.
Yep.
But, the box set was released November 20th, 2001. Do you remember when it came out?
I absolutely remember when it came out. I remember hearing that now back in 2001, this was like very like limited like internet. There was no social media. I remember hearing that it was coming out, and I remember the day it came out, and I bought it the day it came out, and I couldn't believe I was just so excited for it.
Me too.
Yep.
I had just opened up my law practice in September of 2001. I remember vividly where I was when I got it. I remember looking at the case. I remember the book and being like, holy shit, look at this book. I get to read it all. So what did it come with? It came with the 5 CDs, 94 tracks, 30 unreleased, the 120-page book. And then it came with the track-by-track commentary, which I think is fucking awesome. I wish some tracks had more comments, but it's great. And this is when the 4 people were getting along, so they had comments from all of them. Obviously, Gene and Peter and Paul, had the most commentary, but they had the other ones jumped in, and there were other people that commented in the book about the certain songs. I think that part was excellent. Now, they did do, because KISS never does just a standard edition, they did do that limited edition, right? Which was like the guitar case-shaped box. Unlimited number of those were done. Did you even think about buying that?
No, because when this came out, like, I had just gotten married. I was living in like a small apartment with my wife. I barely had, to come home with this was bad enough because I think the guitar case box set was maybe like twice the price.
Hey, you got the rent money today, honey? No, I just bought the KISS guitar case box set.
Wait, what did you just say? Did you say, hey, Stu, your rent's due, motherfucker?
And don't be playing that falling down the
stairs shit either. Yeah, you conscious. Exactly.
He farts in the middle of the stairs.
Yep.
Yeah. So the you could have got the guitar case. It was actually certified gold in 2001. Now I know there are like different methods to call something gold when it's a box set or a double album. So it's not like it's sold the same amount as a regular would.
No, I think so. Gold is 500,000 copies. So all they needed to do for this was, I think, sell 100,000 copies because there were 5 discs in it. So I think that's what happened. I might be wrong. I also think if I'm sorry, I might be stepping away from the microphone here. Forgive me for that.
You can get. I'm looking online while we're talking for like under a couple $100. You can get the box set case for like less than a couple $100 on eBay.
Yeah, I think the box set might be out of print because I'm looking at Amazon right now and it doesn't look like it's like available.
Amazon sucks.
And if it does, it's like ridiculously priced. But anyways,
so a couple of things because we always like to go over the box and the albums and the covers and stuff.
Yeah.
So the box set itself, the box.
Yep.
Black box.
Yeah, looks like a cigar box.
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah.
The 5 discs in there.
Yep.
The case, the book is littered with pictures.
This is such a perfect example of why physical media is like essential for collector. I mean, I'm a box set guy. Back when CDs were the way to go, I loved box sets. It was just a cool way to collect the music by your favorite bands. I have obviously the KISS box set. I have the Zeppelin box set. I have the Police box set, Steely Dan. I have a ton of box sets, and they all usually come with like rare or unreleased or booklets or information. So if you're a digital person, that's fine. But if one of your favorite bands has a box set, and Zeus, I know you're a box set guy. I am too. You gotta get the physical media for a box set because you can go on iTunes right now, and you can download the box. That's fine. It's not the same. You need this book.
Yeah. And so when you get disc 1, the cover, I believe, has a picture of the band playing, and it's got Paul in the Bandit makeup.
Dude, that picture is so badass. Gene's hair is like super fro looking.
Looks,
and he's got like those. And he's got like those like spider like stud like the pants look like they have like a spider like made out of like diamonds or something. Like, yeah, Paul's got the Bandit.
He's got the bat pants on.
That's what I meant. What I meant. The bat pants. That's what I meant. Yes. It just that's such a
the inside.
Yep.
Right. Awesome. It looks like they barely have the white face on. Peter looks like he's gonna throw up. I don't know what he's doing there. Ace and Paul. They look so young.
They just look so raw, like a garage band, which is what they pretty much were.
The back of the inside packaging looks badass.
Hold that up. That's the picture that we used for our Thursday coming soon teaser. I love that picture, except for Peter's makeup. Looks like I don't know what the fuck he looks like there.
Yeah, the nose and stuff makes him look like the Cowardly Lion with this courage.
Yeah.
That's what it looks
good,
like.
Yeah, it looks like he has like a snout nose or something.
Courage.
But the Bandit makeup looks amazing though. It looks so cool.
Yeah. And then Gene looks a little badass, but obviously his makeup is a little different.
Yeah, not as full and not as detailed.
The back of the CD itself has Gene. In the background.
Yep. So, well, that's the thing. Well, we'll get into that. Do we want to get into like the details of the entire box set, or no? We'll just save that for disc by disc.
No. We're gonna go over this. So, if you look at the credits and stuff of the box set, at the end of the book, it's interesting. It lists all the members.
Yep.
But if you've noticed, Tommy's not in the band yet. He's the only one that's not listed.
Yep.
But he's in there, and you know why he's in there? Because project box set coordinator, Tommy Thayer.
Yep. He was so integral behind the scenes of this band.
Think about the Kissology, the box set. I love him in Kiss. I love his music. I love his guitar playing. But part of me wants to be like, get him out again so he can get Kiss putting out some good shit.
Well, and remember, he was the writer, director, and producer of the Second Coming DVD also. Remember that. So, I mean.
Good shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you're right. Maybe get him out of the band and have him produce some Kissology 4 or something.
Yeah, or another box set.
Yep.
And the box set is dedicated to the Kiss Army.
Yep.
Editorial and research assistant in the box set is Ken Sharp, who's done many Kiss books and many Kiss projects.
Yep.
Some of the photographers that are used in the photographs in the background, the photographs in the book are awesome. Some of them are Lydia Chris's, Ross Halfin, and a bunch of other famous photographers are in there. And then they have one thing that says additional track research, Bruce Kulick.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. I wonder if that's like a nice way of saying, shit, we need to ask Bruce because I don't remember this.
When did we do that fucking terrible song, Time Traveler?
Yeah. Or can somebody give me some information on the those shit songs off Asylum?
Research assistant Mr. Pooney is not available at this time.
I know. I don't see that. I don't see him in the credits here. Yeah, he didn't make it.
No, he's not in there.
No.
Fucking Asylum. Anyways, so that's the overall information about the box set. Let's get into the tracks, shall we?
Oh, God. Yes. Yes, sir.
Jesus. Track 1, here we go. Demo. So this demo, instructor written by Gene and Paul, this is one of the 2 Eddie Kramer demos that he did for them.
Yep.
What do you think?
From 1973, recorded at Electric Lady. I like it. I think it's pretty faithful to the original version that made the cut. The guitars are a little, I would call like maybe jangly, meaning they're not as like distorted and like kind of ripping as they are on the studio version. But the general vibe, the solo is a little bit different. And the song kind of ends with like a little bit of a outro solo. But I think the general vibe of the song is pretty close to what we got on the studio release.
Yeah, I found the song to be more raw.
Yeah.
They're jamming at the end.
Yeah, I like that.
If you notice, it's 4 minutes and 58 seconds. On the album, it's 3 minutes and 12. So there you go.
It was that jam at the end, that outro solo, which they probably
But it was more, I felt there was more, stripped down rock and roll.
Well, remember, it's also a demo, too.
Yeah,
so the sound
that's what I mean. Like,
the sound isn't
free.
Yeah.
And,
right.
Yeah, not as produced, I should say.
Right.
So this is when they came in supposedly to get Eddie Kramer, and they said to him, here's 15 songs, and they picked out 5. 2 of them made it on this box set. And, in the box set, they talk about a few things about the song, that it starts off from Gene's Stanley the Parrot.
That is always such an inside joke with us. Stanley the Parrot.
No, this isn't fucking a what's that guy Margaritaville's?
Jimmy Buffett.
Jimmy Buffett song, Stanley the Parrot. This is Gene Simmons. And Paul says, which I didn't even really recall this, I forgot, that the song sounded like they were strutting along. So let's call it Strutter.
Yeah, this sounds like another bit of like, I'm not going to say I know more than Paul, but it's like I've never heard that like anywhere.
Yeah,
I've always heard that like Strutter, like it was a girl. I mean, he does bring that up about girls and stuff, but I've never heard like, oh, it sounds like the song has like a strut, but I'm like, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, Peter says in the box set that he always loved the song. It's one of the best songs ever written. Okay, that's a little going too far. But you know what I like is the backstory about this is how they got Eddie Kramer. So Paul and Gene were doing some background vocals at the record company. And because they were doing that, they were owed some money. So they're like, you know what? Don't pay us the money. Get us Eddie Kramer to do some of our demo tracks. And they traded that off and got the great Eddie Kramer to come in.
I know. Imagine that.
Gene already back then was like thinking way more than any musician was.
Yep. Oh, absolutely. Right? Absolutely.
So smart. Yep. So smart.
Yep.
All right. Let's get to the second track. I think you know this one, Tommy. Weighs a Deuce.
Yeah. So that's the demo version of Deuce, also part of those Eddie Kramer demos from 1973. The huge difference for me here was Gene's vocals. The demon growl isn't there. He's more singing the song.
Yeah, yeah.
But again, the general vibe of groove of the song, it's what the finished product ended up becoming. But yeah, the big thing that stood out for me was Gene's the vocals. He wasn't like getting raw.
I like that this is Ace's favorite song, and that this is the song that they came into at Kiss, and they asked him that when he was trying out, hey, jump into this.
Yep.
And he just started wailing, and that's when the magic came, right?
Yep.
And it's supposedly taken from Bitch from the Stones, and Paul says a song by the Raspberries, Go All the Way. I can hear the bitch part. I didn't really get the go all the way part, but
it's funny though. It's funny because you can definitely feel some of the bitch vibe to that. But the thing about the Raspberries, so I'm sure people know who the Raspberries are, but when I was reading this, I actually played that song in the beginning of the Raspberries. You can kind of feel that little Deuce intro, kind of inspiration there for sure.
Yeah, and the other funny part of this is like, think about how this song would go over. Why is it the name of this called Deuce? Gene says it's about a guy that really, is working hard and doing all that he can, basically. So he's worth twice as much as the woman.
Yeah, and then he goes, those were the early days. You move on and live and learn. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, good luck trying to tell somebody now that. you're going to get thrown out by saying, yeah, that's because a man is worth double than a woman is.
That's funny because before that, everybody always wondered, like, there were stories about, is a deuce like a friggin' sex act? Like a man is worth a deuce? Is it like a friggin' blowjob or something? Well, no, it just means he's worth twice as much as the woman he's with.
Yeah, I know. So that's Deuce.
Yep.
Let's get into the next track, an original. How about this one? Waiting, from 1972, a Paul Stanley song for the band Wicked Lester. So this is one of the Wicked Lester tracks that everybody wanted to get onto an album because the Wicked Lester album never came out. Keep Me Waiting came on. What do you think?
Who the fuck asked for that? Nobody did.
I did.
Probably because they thought it was going to be like Kiss shit, but little did they know it was going to be like fucking, what do we got here? French horns, choir music, like all kinds of like, fucking weird, brass instruments and shit. Just, whatever.
Yeah. So the big thing that I always picked up on this is that the song is basically becomes Goodbye, one of my favorite Paul Stanley tracks off his solo album, right?
Yeah, you can hear that like that general like that na 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 na, like you can kind of hear and feel some of that in there for sure. But I don't know. Just I don't need to hear this, but I understand why it's on here. I guess some people want to hear that.
Okay, so this came out in 1972. This was the one that guy Ron Johnson produced. This is all the Wicked Lester stuff. He was the chief engineer at Electric Lady Studios. And what do you think about the song in general?
Like the actual, like...
Yeah!
I feel like this song could have been, with most demos, if you kind of... Well, we'll talk about it when we get to the next song too, but... I think if you kind of strip some of these down and kind of remove, some of the chaos that's going on around it, because like there's a comment here in the booklet where it says what started off as a basic rock tune was soon inundated with French horns, choirs, and anything else to insult the senses. You know what I mean? So, you feel like if you take all that away, maybe turn up the amps, maybe shred the guitar a little bit, maybe you can turn into something.
Yeah. So this is a good time to take a little break. I need to go help out Vinnie Vincent. He's cleaning up the popcorn at the theater. So let me go do that, and I'll be right back.
All right, and we're back. And Vinny, great job cleaning up. Your experience really helped you well with that duty there. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. So we come back to this track. Oh, that is not the theme to Barney Miller. That is She, Wicked Lester's second track on this from 1972, written by Gene and Steve, the pedophile, Cornell.
Yeah, no. This is what I was talking about with Keep Me Waiting. You listen to this version of She.
Listen to this.
Yeah, and then you see what it became on Dress to Kill, and you're like, okay, like that is how a demo progresses into a song, because what you got here is like flutes, flugelhorns, Jethro Tull and his flute. It's like the fucking scene from Anchorman when Ron Burgundy's at the nightclub and he jumps up on the table with his flute. Like, I mean, this version is just woo. I mean, you got to give him credit for taking this and turning it into what it became on Dress to Kill. So I guess you give him credit for the fact that they had a good, the base for a song that turned into a classic.
Yeah, I mean, Paul talked about that they didn't really want to re-record Wicked Lester's song, but they were on tour, they needed more songs and things like that. But it does sound a little bit. It sounds like they stripped this down later on. I think a producer came in and goes, "All right, I like I like where you guys are thinking of, but take that shit out, take that shit out, take that shit out." Knock down that Fargan wall, knock down that Fargan wall, and knock down that Fargan wall.
This is Fargan she.
You Fargan cocksuckers.
But that's what happened, though, because you're right. Like Wicked Lester, I mean, we could briefly, real quick, we can kind of talk about the vibe of what Wicked Lester was. They were like a late 60s, early 70s kind of hazy, kind of, psychedelic, kind of pop Beatles kind of,
I think of a grimy 70s Serpico, Mean Streets, a New York scene with that people in the background, like the opening credits.
Yeah.
To like a theme of like a 70s movie in New York City.
Yeah. I mean, the music was of its time. It wasn't obviously hard rock or rock, but there was music like this out there at the time.
Yeah. And then they made it a theme into Barney Miller. So
come on, it's a great.
That is She. Let's get into the last cut from the Wicked Lester parts songs that made it to this album. Hit it. Another one where you see the finished product and you're like, this is what it came from. Somebody had a good ear to be like, no, take this song and do this and this and that with it.
Do 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 do. It sounds like the Partridge Family was singing this song. What the hell, dude?
When you always try to preface something by saying, look, I don't want this to sound racist.
Go ahead.
And then he presumes to sound racist.
Here it comes.
It has a very Asian or Japanese beginning. Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
It goes.
Sounds like Rice Baby.
Oh, here we go.
Remember that?
Was that Weird Al?
It wasn't Weird Al, but it was a take on my dinner's cooking like Connie Chung.
Oh, Jesus. Do you remember that? Yes, I do.
YouTube Rice Baby.
Don't do it.
Oh, my God. That was great. Yeah, another friggin' Barney Miller edition of Kiss. The last track from Wicked Lester in 1972, Love Her All I Can.
But you're right, though. It's funny how they can take these songs. Like, you look what She became. You look Love Her All I Can. Real quick, I'm just going to go off on a little mini rant here talking about the polls. Some guy online today actually called Love Her All I Can a throwaway song, and I almost had a stroke. When we were doing the Hook Rocks, we talked about earlier in the beginning of the episode, when he was doing the tournament brackets for the Kiss bracket, and I Love Her All I Can was one of the songs, and somebody goes, oh, yeah, it's a throwaway song. I was like, whoa, my God. That is probably one of the all-time greatest Kiss songs that you just don't hear enough about. And to think that it came from this, yikes, this demo version is rough.
I'm going to add one other comment in here. Thank God we have explicit written on our fucking episodes, because these are our fans, Tom. These are our people. Sounds like
I know.
It sounds like the Paul Preach from Crazy Nights. One of the polls. What was the poll? It looked like from was it our poll or was it from the
our poll? No,
and
it was
the
our
guy
poll.
goes, Jesus, with these two, I don't know. It's very close. I'm not able to decide. I think so and so wins it by a. I'm going to say, what do you say? I think this one wins it by a cunt hair.
Who fucking, first of all, who talks like that, and who would type that on Twitter?
Who in public profile is like, let me show the world what type of human being I am by putting in the phrase. I guess it's a phrase that even my potty mouth is not familiar with. Have you ever said, oh, geez, I won that by a cunt hair?
No, never. And I have a pretty nasty mouth, and I've never said that. What the
fuck is that? It was like, what the fuck is this? You texted me a photo of it. You're like, this is our fan.
These are our listeners. Yep, we love it.
These are my people. This is my.
Pretty much.
God bless you, whoever that was. God bless you. I had to pick Love Gun over Detroit Rock City by a cunt hair. Oh, that's nice.
God,
kiss your family with that mouth. Anyways, that was that's our rant about Lover All I Can. I don't know where we went off track there, but because I started
talking about how the guy accused it of being a throwaway song today, and I flipped out.
Kiss fans, let's get into. That's the end of the Wicked Lester stuff. Let's get into this, and we all know the backstory of this song, but let's hear the song first. That is Let Me Know, the demo, 1973. Now, this is when the demos, so you have the first two songs, Strutter and Deuce, are demos. Those are the Eddie Kramer demos. The rest of these demos that come on that are real demos, not live or anything like that, is from the Bell Sound Studio demos, not Eddie Kramer.
Right.
So, as we all know, this was the first Kiss song that they did together. And the story goes that this is when Paul was over Steve Cornell's house and Gene came over and they didn't like each other, had a bad vibe. And then, Paul writes some songs. Oh, you do? And Gene, I could totally picture him go, yeah, why don't you play me something? And Paul played Sunday Driver. And I know, and as we know from Paul, just knowing him from the interviews, knowing him from his books, knowing him from everything, you just know inside he was like, fucking dick.
Yep.
Fucking dick. Asked me to sing him a song like I didn't know. Fuck you.
Pretty much.
They laugh about it. Gene's like, I don't know. I wasn't trying to be an asshole about it, arrogant. Like, you know some songs? Play me one. And Paul took it as like, fuck you. I think that story's awesome.
Yeah, I like how he goes, yeah, my intent wasn't to be confrontational. Oh, okay. I'm sure it wasn't.
No, I don't think it was. I think Gene just doesn't fucking get it sometimes. And I think Paul, knowing Paul now, he never. Hey, I got a new song. Oh, yeah? Is it any good? Why don't you play it for me? Oh, yeah? Can you imagine if fucking he said to Tommy, hey, Tommy, I got this great new song. Oh, yeah? Is it really great? Why don't you play it for me? He would take that guitar and smash it and be a murder scene of Tommy.
He'd be out cleaning up the popcorn with Vinny.
Or he'd do one of those, okay, I'll play it for you in a bit. He'd look over to the side, and there'd be a fucking stagehand like somebody in The Godfather that knows, we got to take him out.
Yeah.
You know, just like fucking Watson and walks in the room. You got a cold. You go, say, you want me to get something for that cold? No, I'm okay. Okay, Paulie. I never want to see that fucking prick again.
Pretty much.
Rolled up the old man. And Paulie's gone in 2 seconds.
Like in Goodfellas. Never thought I'd shut his fucking mouth.
They can just sit there and look you in the face. Oh, yeah?
Yeah, exactly.
You need a cold? You go get some. Okay. I never want to see that fucking prick again. Poor Paulie gets it. So, anyways, I don't know. We got off track on The Godfather and fucking Goodfellas.
But the cool
you know
thing
what I noticed about this?
Go ahead.
I thought the bass line is awesome. It's really defined. You can hear it.
Yeah.
Right? Boom, boom,
yeah.
Boom. And then they talked about it in the booklet that they do the whole clap.
Yes.
In the middle of the song, which sounds awesome. And you can imagine them doing it live in their concerts in the beginning.
Yep.
And then you let me know. And then you let me know. Right? Yeah. I think, and I can't remember when, if this is 1973, was anybody doing that famous, cliched hair metal stuff where it's just the drummer and the singer? Yeah. Shot through the heart in your where it's just that.
My favorite.
You should know by now.
My favorite is Whitesnake, slow and easy.
So take me down slow and easy.
Yep. I love that. I love that.
That's where it came from, right? I can't think of an earlier version of that.
Yeah, no,
then you let me know.
Yeah. You're probably right.
How fucking, I swear, that's probably, they invented that probably.
But they never.
And I'm just claiming that. Some asshole's going to be like, hey, dickhead, did you know the fucking Johnny fucking Ballbags in the Cum Stains wrote that fucking 20 albums before that, 1968. Oh,
yeah, it'll be the same guy that tell you the fucking Crazy Nights didn't come out on September 18th.
Johnny Ballback in the Cum Stains. Anyways, I just thought that part was interesting. I like this version of "Let Me Know."
I do too, and I like how they also bring up the part with the guitar at the end that they threw onto to She You know, that little outro where Ace goes, like, I picture that. Every time I hear it, I always think of the live version of She.
Right.
I actually don't mind this song, to be honest with you.
I actually like the song. I like that they go back and forth.
Yeah,
it's got a little bit of a nostalgia feeling to it because it's their first.
Yep. Yeah,
and they talk about it in Kiss Exposed.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Now let's go to this famous song, a demo version of 100,000 Years. Let's hear it.
The one thing that stood out to me for this I thought was interesting. First of all, the song mostly sounds pretty similar to the studio version. But what I liked about this was in the middle of the song, you hear what Paul did in the live version when he's like, "Do you feel right?" Like, yeah, but he did this on the demo version. So I thought that was pretty cool because if I recall correctly, that is not on the studio version.
No.
So I thought that was kind of cool. But the song itself, first of all, just for the record, I'm not a huge fan of this song to begin with, any version of it. But I think the demo is pretty good. You can see how it turned into what it became. Yeah,
I mean, I love the opening verse.
Yeah. Right?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Sorry to have taken so long. I must have. And he talks about being very Zeppish. And I can tell there's a little Zeppelin into that song, specifically the lyrics and things like that.
Yeah.
I want to see if I can find this, but Peter brags about his drumming. So that's my first heavy metal solo. But I want to read this part. Oh, yeah, by the way, Paul says that the song's about space travel.
Honestly, this is another thing where I have never heard that anywhere, and I never even thought of that until I read. He goes, "Yeah, it's a warped song about an intergalactic space traveler. Yeah. To analyze it too deeply leaves me scratching my head, but it's about time travel." What?
Which will lead me to write a terrible song many years from now called "I'm a Time Traveler, Baby." Oh, that song's awful.
I like it.
Anyways, the part I want to read to you is fucking hilarious. Ace, toughest solo for me to play in our show is 100,000 Years. I've never done anything close to that as far as style-wise. I don't know where it came from. When I listen to that solo, I go, what was I thinking? I think I was in the ozone somewhere.
That may be the greatest Ace quote ever. I think I was in the ozone somewhere.
What the fuck?
He's right, though. That solo is pretty fucking awesome. I'll give him that. Cool.
Imagine if he was straight and really practiced his guitar, how incredible he would be. That's all talent.
I disagree. I'm glad he was fucked up. That gave us the Ace that we needed. I'm telling you. Yes.
You don't think if he had some more fucking discipline, how much better and how much more creative and how much shit. Oh, it's just a shame. It's so much waste. I feel like Paul when he talks about Ace. Wasted talent there.
Wait a minute. Hold on here. Now we got a rant go. Wasted? You're talking about Ace Frehley. What was wasted?
He could have produced way more songs, more solo. He could have been in the band longer, created more stuff, wrote more stuff.
He was never. The fact that he lasted until he did, he was never going to stay longer. Never. That would have never happened.
You don't think he could have been a better guitar player?
No.
Oh, I do. I think he could have been a hell of a lot better if he wasn't a fucking mess.
No.
Anyways.
I disagree, but go ahead.
You know what? Stop to look to listen, Tom. This is the 1966 demo. It's Paul with his first band, Uncle Joe. Not to be confused with Uncle Freddie.
Uncle Freddie died?
Paul, a guy named Matt Rail, lead guitar, and Neil Tiemann on drums. They didn't even have a bass on this. And Paul says in the book that he's like, well, we didn't have a bassist. I thought we'd just play louder. Oh, okay. He talks about not knowing what they were doing back then, and it kind of shows. Stop, look to listen. Is that proper English?
What the fuck does that mean? That's the thing that sticks out to me, too. Like, it's not stop, look, and listen. It's stop, look to listen. Like, what does that mean? But that being said, so
I'll be the one to stop and look at to listen to questions, okay?
Musically speaking, it's a mess. It's a mess. But if you take the time and listen to this song, I feel like there is something in here that could be turned into something. Do you know what I'm saying? Like if you gave this song to like if you took this song and gave it to the full Kiss band with Gene and Peter and Ace and maybe had a producer, I feel like you could have tried to pull something out of it. But this right here is just a mess. It sounds like a high school like battle of the bands type thing.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. I think that's exactly what it was. It's 1966.
Exactly. Right. Yep.
So.
Oh no.
If you thought that was bad, let's hear this.
Lita, forgive me. Whatever the fuck he's saying. Wow, dude.
Pico's hairpiece.
Pico, Lita,
honey, come to Florida. We miss you. Lita, you bastard. Pablo,
Lita. Honestly,
keep yourself clean.
All right, so this is – go ahead. You want to describe where this mess came from?
No, because if you let me, I'll just keep doing the fucking Pablo Honey.
So, all right. So this is from 1969. This is from Gene's first band called Bullfrog Beer. A demo called Lita, which it's just a mess. But that being said –
Gene doing his Beatle impression.
Right. This being said, it did come out in 69, and we all know Gene's background with Beatles influence. And again, this kind of shit was out there back in 69. This kind of like, I don't even know what you would call it, but it's just, it's a mess. I don't know.
Gene mentions there's a mistake in the second verse. I can't tell because it sounds like the whole fucking song is a mistake.
The whole fucking thing's a mistake. There's a mistake in the second verse. I don't even think I made it to the second verse. The fuck, dude, Lita.
Keep yourself clean.
Lita, forgive me. I don't even know what he's saying. I just said Lita.
Anyways, let's go to 1973 and Tommy's favorite song. This one was a demo. Let Me Go Rock and Roll, written by Paul and Gene. This is a 1973 demo. Thoughts?
Okay, first of all, I've grown to like this song a little bit more, and I think the one thing that did it for me was when we saw them on the end of the road, seeing it live, especially that unbelievable solo. Just studio. This is one of those songs studio-wise. I'm just not a huge fan of the Hotter Than Hell version. And this demo, it seems it's pretty similar. It's pretty good.
Yeah. This sounds like a burp in the beginning.
Okay.
Did you hear it?
I don't think I heard that.
It sounds like a burp in the beginning. Someone's burping in the beginning.
Maybe he did. Well, maybe he did.
And they said that Peter ends the song, and in concert, they would always look to Peter to know when they want to end the song. They would just continue.
Yeah.
And they'd look to Peter, and Peter would give them a sign of some sort.
Yep.
And, that's why I think you hear Peter, Kiss loves you, rock and roll.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome. He's screaming his brains out. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
So, that's one of the things that I wanted to point out. And the other thing that I wanted to point out is that this is written by Gene and Paul. So was Strutter. So was 100,000 Years. And they make a point that Paul says, this is exactly, people think that we write together. We wrote separately. Somebody would come in and jump on the other person's song.
Yeah.
But I think Gene and Paul do that well, whether they're in the same room or they jump on each other's songs. They were obviously, look at the classics that are there. I think when they go on their own or use separate writers, they're not as good. Look at these songs.
We've mentioned that.
Yeah.
I think we've mentioned that before, that a lot of the collaborations in the early heydays of the early band, because you look later on, that's when kind of shit went off the rails. Not for us. I mean, we love it all, but you can tell the difference between a co-written classic like some of these like some of these songs.
Yeah, and I feel like this would have, especially the beginning, proves that if I wish they would do more of that stuff. Even now, do a couple songs together instead of fucking, Ace wrote this, Peter wrote this, Gene wrote this, Paul wrote this with fucking, Michael Bolton,
Yeah, no, you're right.
I wish they wrote together. Now, we're going to get to the next song, which is live, this song. So they called this one Acrobat. And Acrobat is really Love Theme from Kiss with the second part to it.
Yep.
And this is a live version. It's written by Gene and Ace. And I'm not going to have I'm going to play a clip for it, but I'm not going to play the Love Theme part. I'm going to play a beginning, the middle part when it gets into the Acrobat part.
Yeah.
So take a listen. That was different. I wrote down that the song sounds like there's a portion of that. I know that they say that Deuce sounds like the Rolling Stones song Bitch. I think there's a beginning to Acrobat when it starts picking up and you can hear Peter's drumming. That sounds like Bitch. A
little bit.
Yeah.
I also get a real early vibe and kind of groove of like Detroit Rock City, like the na 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 na, you know, before it, da 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 da, you know, and then the drums, like it almost sounds like there's something. There's like a seed of Detroit Rock City in there somewhere.
In addition to Bitch, I also think there sounds a little bit of the end of Black Diamond.
Okay.
And also 100,000 Years with the drums.
Yeah, you can tell that this entire. I mean, first of all, the Love Theme from Kiss part goes on way too long. It's like over 3 minutes long of just them repeating that same thing.
Which is why I cut it out.
Yeah, and once they kick into this, you can definitely tell that there's something in there. And for anybody out there that has Kissology 1, you got to watch the video. It's just a young band just kind of killing it. They don't really know what they're doing. You know, they start singing. It's like, you know, because you're much too young, you know, all that kind of stuff.
Which is a part that Gene had written called Too Young.
Yep.
And then it was the producer of the first couple albums, that guy Richie Wise, who told him, hey, let's get rid of the vocal part. Yeah. And come up with a Love Theme. People are doing things called Love Theme. Theme from Kiss. That's so stupid.
But it's true, because in the early 70s, there was a lot of instrumental shit that, you know, with that.
Love Theme.
I like it.
Yeah. And this was recorded live at the Daisy.
Yeah. So that video of it on Kissology is fucking awesome. So cool.
That's right. Last of the demos, 1973's Firehouse, written by Paul Stanley. Time, please.
Yeah, I like that. I like the real raw, like recorded version of them rehearsing.
I don't like the weak siren at the end.
Oh yeah, it sounds like it ran. Sounds like it ran out of batteries. Pull over. Now we're gonna get in trouble.
Paul's trying to impress and sound of an English band called, I think, was it The Move?
The Move.
Fire Brigade. He said the song sounds nothing like it, but that's what he could remember of the song, and that was what is basically he was trying to make his version of that.
Yeah.
Called the Firehouse because Gene's ass just set the bathroom on fire.
Ooh. Ooh. I like the demo. Sounds it sounds good. I mean, it's, you know, it sounds like what the finished product. Well, like a lot of these demos pretty much were spot on, but you know, before they got cleaned up for the album.
Yeah, and they are what they are, raw editions of the songs that we came to love.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. So next, we're not going to play the tracks because we'll get into those tracks when we do album reviews for those albums. So I'm not going to play the clips from them.
Right.
So the next couple songs are just album tracks. 2 from Kiss, the debut album. Nothing to Lose, then Black Diamond. Then 4 from Hotter Than Hell. Hotter Than Hell, Strange Ways, Parasite, Going Blind. Finally, Dressed to Kill, Anything for My Baby, Ladies in Waiting, Rock and Roll All Night. Thus, the end of disc 1 from the box set.
Yep.
Thoughts?
Look, look.
This is ridiculous.
Like I mentioned earlier about box sets, I don't mind an occasional demo, you know, because some of them are good. For me personally, I don't need to hear songs from the band they were in before they were in Kiss. I know that's a curiosity factor. I get that people want to hear. I would have rather have seen, you know, maybe another demo or something. You know, I didn't need to hear Lita from Bullfrog Beer, or that's just me. You know, I mean, I don't mind like some, you know, like I said, the demos, I don't mind. As silly as Lover All I Can is, it's kind of cool to see it so that you can see what it became. But, Keep Me Waiting and all that. Again, I get it. There are people out there that want to hear that stuff. I don't know. I mean, what do you think about a disc being of standard studio tracks being mixed in with, demos unreleased?
Ooh, a poll question coming up, which is really what I want to ask. So I'm always of the opinion, Judas Priest, for instance, I want to buy their box set. I don't want to track down every album. I'll get the box set. I look, and I don't know if this is true. I know there's a song on there that annoys me, that the box set has a live version of that song that I like. What the fuck? I want the regular. If 95% of the songs are regular versions, I want the regular versions. Then give me a live version too. Don't give me a live version instead of an album version. So this is kind of like, the way I look at it is the people buying this, are you doing a box set so people can be like, hey, I'm going to buy one Kiss Greatest Hits. I'll buy the box set. So if that's the case, don't throw demos on there. Or are you doing a box set of demos for the obscure stuff for the Kiss fans to buy because they want all the unreleased shit? So what are we doing here? Kiss decided to go with, I'll give you a little of everything. So it makes it interesting. So let's go like this. And this is what I was thinking about to ask you. So we've got Wicked Lester tracks. We've got demos of classics. And then we have basically a greatest hits package of the first 3 albums on disc 1. So first, let's look at disc 1, the songs that are on the tracks that are from the album Kiss. Everything is on this album either as a demo or a regular track. The regular tracks from the album Kiss are Nothing to Lose and Black Diamond. The ones that aren't on disc 1, Cold Gin is not on disc 1, but it is a live version on disc 2, which is from the Alive, which is a great version. The only 2 that are not on there are Kissing Time and Love Theme. Would you replace Nothing to Lose or Black Diamond with either of those 2?
Well, they covered the base with Love Theme by throwing Acrobat in.
Yeah.
No, because, and just backing up a little bit to what you said about when you buy a box set, what do you want? I think Kiss did a nice job personally as a music fan and as a Kiss fan where they gave you both. Okay, because I know you're not a Steely Dan fan, but I have the Steely Dan box set, and all the Steely Dan box set is I believe it's 4 discs, and all it is every single song in order they were released on the album. That's it. There's one demo on there. Okay, I have the Police box set, which I love. Similar thing. Okay, the Zeppelin box set is a pretty good mix of, there's a couple, most of it's, standard studio stuff. I think Kiss did a good job of giving you both. Me personally, like I said, I see what you're saying when you mentioned the Judas Priest thing about, you want to hear a studio song. I mean, would you have preferred Kiss to have done what Steely Dan did and just put every album in one set? Can't really do that.
I don't know.
I mean,
because we already have that for Kiss.
That's what I mean.
If you're a fan, casual fan, like, oh, Kiss has got a lot of good songs, I'll buy something. And then you have the live version of Cold Gin. You're like, I want the regular version of Cold Gin.
But I don't
get upset.
Yeah, but I don't mind them throwing some live
George is
stuff.
getting upset.
Yeah, I don't mind them throwing live stuff on because Alive and Alive 2, Alive 3 unplugged. We're not
say that though.
Yeah, but
other people are like same thing with the Judas Priest album. Other people are like, you're fucking nuts. That version's awesome. Okay, but not for me.
Do you think a casual fan is going to buy a Kiss box set?
They might have.
And don't forget when we bought this, it was sealed, and on the back was the track listing. So it wasn't a mystery of what you were buying. You could see what you were buying. So I think they did a good job. I mean, I'm not happy with some of the stuff that's on here, but
let's steer back. Nothing to Lose, Black Diamond. I think they made the right choice putting those 2 on. There's no reason Kissing Time and Love Theme should have been on there.
No.
Cold Gin is already on disc 2.
Yep.
Now you go to Harder Than Hell. You've got Harder Than Hell, Strange Ways, Parasite, Going Blind. The songs from Harder Than Hell that are not on this disc are Got to Choose, All the Way, Watching You, Mainline, and Coming Home. Got to Choose and Coming Home are on disc 5, the unplugged version.
Yep.
Watching You's on disc 2, the Alive version, which is awesome. All the Way in Mainline. My 2 favorite songs off that are not on this disc, but I can see that those other 4 are more popular.
Okay, but now you get to the good point about a box set. Put the fucking deep cuts on the box set too. Nobody needs Hotter Than Hell on a fucking box set.
But if I bought a box set, I might as well have all the tracks that I know are popular. It's a different philosophy, I guess.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. Kiss is straddling the fence here. Is this box set for people like me and you, or is this box set for the casual fan? They can't decide, so they didn't really hit the mark either way. Because, like you said,
do you care?
Do I care?
I'm going to buy it anyway.
No. But if you're going to pose the question, let's talk about what they did with it.
All right, so what would you have put on there?
Me personally, I hate the song "Harder Than Hell." I don't care what version it is. I don't ever want to see that on any set. So
I would have taken out "Going Blind" and "Harder Than Hell" and put "All the Way" Mainline in. And left "Strange Ways" and "Parasite" in there.
If they were going to throw "Going Blind" in, throw the unplugged version in, and then put Mainline and "All the Way." Because here's the thing: when you buy a box set, okay, you're getting a collection of songs that span the career. Not everybody knows Mainline and "All the Way, and those are 2 great deep cuts. Why not put them on here?
And it's a Peter deep cut where people might have been like,
correct.
Oh, wow, that's a pretty good song.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Let's go to Dress to Kill. Anything for My Baby, Ladies in Waiting, and Rock and Roll All Night is on this. Now, obviously Rock and Roll All Night, in my opinion, should stay. The songs that aren't on this, Room Service, Two Timer, Getaway, Rock Bottom, Come On and Love Me. When I first saw this disc, I'm like, they didn't have Come On and Love Me? That's ridiculous. And then I'm like, oh, it's on disc 2, the Alive version. Rock Bottom on the Alive version on disc 2. So the 3 that aren't is Room Service, Two Timer, and Getaway. What would you replace from Anything for My Baby, Ladies in Waiting, Rock and Roll Night?
Ladies in Waiting. See, I like Anything for My Baby. I love. I know the chorus is kind of shitty. The song itself, I think, is really cool. Ladies in Waiting, again, Peter getting friggin' piped on this box set. They don't put Mainline on. They don't put Getaway on.
I love Peter, but I would have put Two Timer and Room Service on instead of Anything for My Baby and Ladies in Waiting.
And I would have put Rock Bottom on there too.
And I think they would have represented Ace and Peter by just putting Getaway in there too.
Yep.
Right, so that might have been a better choice.
Yep, and I don't mind. I don't mind the live version of "Come On and Love Me" being on disc 2 because they got to take some of the big cuts off of Alive, so that's okay.
Yeah, and of course, and I get that.
Yep.
So those are the songs that are on the best of or greatest hits portion that we thought we might have fun with to decide what would we change. Let's go to the actual demos and other stuff. Keep Me Waiting, She, and Love Her All I Can. Those are the Wicked Lester songs. How would you order them as far as your favorite?
Wow, they're really all bad. Like they're so we're talking. Would you say Keep Me Waiting, She, Love Her All? I'd have to put. Oh, God, I'd probably put Keep Me Waiting number 1, honestly. And I'll be honest with you, this is kind of funny. So Love Her All I Can, the demo. I think it's kind of funny because the beginning of Love Her All I Can, when you get that intro guitar, and then if you listen to it, and if people listen to this, if you haven't heard that version in a while, when you hear that little and then when it kicks in, you hear Paul, he's like, ow! And then it kicks in, and then all of a sudden you hear like that tambourine going like 100 miles an hour. It turns into like you can't really help yourself from like kind of getting into the groove of it. I mean, it's not what the finished product was, but I think the demo was actually catchy.
You can like something, just say it's not a Kiss song. It's okay.
No.
I say about Peter Criss solo album. You might say, yeah, I actually like that version. It's not a Kiss song, but it's a good version.
But I think it's a catchy demo. It can't hold a candle to the studio.
So you would go Keep Me Waiting, Love Her All I Can, and She.
I don't know. Now that I'm talking out loud, maybe I'll put Love Her All I Can first.
Okay. I would go the opposite. So I'm going with Keep Me Waiting, number 1, because it's a new song. and it's still
okay.
It's still kind of different for me,
Yeah.
and I love the song "Goodbye."
Okay,
and then I would go with "She" because it just does remind me of a '70s movie, cop movie or something.
Oh,
in
yeah.
the background,
with
the little Barney Miller
when
thing.
that flute kicks in.
Yeah, and "Lover I Can" third.
Okay,
Then we have the demo versions. I mean, we don't have to order them, but any of them stick out as your favorite? What's your favorite demo?
I mean,
I'll be honest, mine
yeah,
is "Let Me Know." I thought that's the most fun version.
I do like that. I tell you what I don't like is I'm not a huge fan of the Deuce demo because I don't like Gene's like there's the demon isn't there. He's like, he's like, get up and get your grand, like he's singing the song, I don't want to hear that,
You want to hear "Get Up."
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah. Then the last is, I'm not going to compare "Keep Me Waiting" because actually we can. "Keep Me Waiting" was a new track we never heard of. "Stop, Look to Listen," Lita, and "Acrobat." What's your favorite of those four, and arrange them?
I actually like Acrobat. I mean, it's a little too long, and it's long and repetitive, but I like the energy in the song. It's kind of, you can show it's a kick-ass band coming up.
Yeah.
"Keep Me Waiting," I want to believe there's a song in there somewhere, maybe?
It is. It came out to be "Goodbye."
Yeah, no, okay, yeah, all right. You're right. Lita, just come on, dude. That's an indulgence by Gene right there. I mean, it's bad enough. So Wicked Lester's not enough. Now you got to go 2 bands before and tell us what the fuck you were doing?
So what do you like better, "Stop, Look to Listen," or Lita?
Oh, "Stop, Look to Listen."
So Acrobat, "Keep Me Waiting," "Stop, Look to Listen," Lita.
Yeah.
I'm just going to switch Acrobat. I'm going to go with "Keep Me Waiting" first.
Okay.
Acrobat live, "Stop, Look to Listen," then Lita.
I mean, how do you, in all seriousness, how do you feel about, Paul putting stuff in there before he was even in Wicked Lester, and Gene
That's
putting
not Paul, that's Tommy. These are Tommy's ideas to put that shit. I love it. I love hearing that shit where they came from. Dude, I have fucking shit of Elvis CDs of unreleased tracks that they still do. This is Elvis sneezing, track 28.
Right, but it's still
version. I still buy it.
But it's still Elvis, though.
It's still Kiss, a favorite
No,
artist. I don't care if Gene's farting in a microphone. I told you this before. Kiss is like fucking Star Wars. I don't care if they make a movie about R2-D2 taking a shit. I will see it. No. I don't care if Kiss puts a CD of fucking Gene burping for an hour. I will buy it.
Okay, that argument doesn't make any sense because these aren't Kiss songs. They're
the same artists. In fact, Gene is Kiss. Paul is Kiss. They're the people producing this music.
No.
Yeah.
No, they're people that are in a band. It's the
same thing. I do want to hear this stuff. I want to hear the original stuff. I'm interested in hearing how they started off. I'm interested in the artist. I'm interested in the guy. I don't just like Kiss. I actually like Gene Simmons of Kiss. This is Gene Simmons of Kiss.
What I would have rather seen would be to do something separate where they do like the Wicked Lester tapes so that you know that you're buying this, and if you want it, you can go and get it. But don't.
So, in your opinion, instead of having Lita, you would have rather them throw on Two-Timer.
Zeus, other than listening to Lita for this episode or for when you first bought this box set, other than to laugh at it, why have it on here?
Because I want to hear it. And be like, okay, it's there.
That's fine.
So wouldn't you rather experience something like that and know it than have Getaway on another album?
No, I don't want to experience something terrible.
I do.
Okay, that's fine. But what
I'd rather hear "Stop, Look to Listen," Paul's 1966 song that he did with 3 friends, and hear I'm like, wow, that's what Paul was like back then. Wow, this is what he was thinking. Okay, that's great. I mean, am I going to fucking sit there and go, whew, I got to get ready for this workout. Let me put on "Stop, Look to Listen."
I'm just saying.
But I'm glad I got to hear it.
I wish what I wish they did though was do something individually separate and put like a Wicked Lester, the lost tapes.
I think
or something.
They would have to go out and get certain rights, certain people to sign off on shit.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, all right.
So they put on some stuff that they had. So overall, I love this disc.
Yeah, no,
It's original. It's on my shuffle rotation. I can listen to it all times. I like the demo versions of these songs. It gives me, most of these songs, other than the Wicked Lester version of the songs, are pretty basic, and you just hear a different raw version of them. I like hearing it.
Yeah, no, I don't mind this disc either for the most part. Just a couple of those things are just automatic skips for me, but that's okay. I mean,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's episode of disc 1. Can't wait to do the rest of them, and we'll do them in order, and then we'll start rating them all, compare them to each other. And, we want to hear what you guys think. So obviously after you hear this review, we'll get into the plugs later, but, share that stuff. We want to hear what's your favorite track. What is embarrassingly bad? What is surprisingly good? Things like that. Give us something to discuss rather than, I like Black Diamond. Yeah, I like Rock and Roll All Night.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So that was our topic, and we're on to questions.
Yep. All right. So we got a lot to choose from here. So I'm going to try to give some first timers the priority here, not the two timers.
Gotcha.
All right. So we got a new listener. He goes by the name of Sean Hammond. And I'm sorry, I just lost that. Okay. So he asks, if there was no reunion in 96, is Kiss done after Revenge?
Oh, absolutely not.
Slash Carnival of Souls.
No, they'd be playing other stuff. Continue being the band that they are now.
Okay.
Right? The way I look at them is, don't you think of Alice Cooper, what he is now?
Yep.
Alice Cooper went through a hair kind of metal stage.
Yep.
Right?
He did. Yeah.
And, during the grunge era, he was around, I'm sure. He didn't disappear, but he obviously wasn't as popular. But once grunge and all that stuff died down, he still was touring, doing his stuff. And now there's a real big thing for Alice Cooper right now. He's got a lot of love out there.
Huge. Still touring. Yep.
He didn't really change.
No. Here's what may be considered like a controversial take. As much as I loved the reunion, everybody loved the reunion. Greatest concert I've ever been to, greatest event I've ever been to. But you got to wonder what would have happened if they released Revenge, they tour, they released Carnival of Souls. It was a finished product. They tour, they keep going, they keep evolving, they keep releasing new music, and they never put the makeup back on. They release, an album like Sonic Boom, but have it be not, what would that have been like? Could that have happened, and how long could
they would have still lasted? There's no way the Kiss Army would have still continued.
Okay.
I don't think they'd be half as big and half as rich as they are now.
No, no.
But they would still have this nostalgia about them. And then maybe they would do, something down the road where they would be really ending with the last makeup tour. But I'm glad they went out on the, the reunion tour when they did then. Imagine what the reunion tour would be if they went out now for the first time together.
That's what I mean. Right.
What a disaster.
Yeah.
So that's a good question.
Yeah, that is good. All right. So this one, give yourself a little bit of time on this one here. This is from our buddy Stephen Wright from the Potter Than Hell podcast.
Yeah. Great job.
Yeah. Great hard rock, heavy metal podcast. Not just Kiss. They talk tons of Kiss, obviously Potter Than Hell.
Yeah.
Good guys on that show. Good stuff. So check them out if you're not familiar with them.
Absolutely.
So he asks it looks like a simple question, but it might take you a couple minutes to answer. Pick your worst song sung by each of the original 4. So your worst Paul, Gene, Ace, and Peter songs.
Oh, man. I'd have to go look at my Smashes, Thrashes, and Shit album to kind of recall. I think the worst would be, like, are we doing solo albums or not?
No. I mean, he didn't specify, so I guess you can kind of look at it however you want, I guess.
So if we were to say solos are included, obviously I do When You Wish Upon a Star.
Yep.
Paul's I would do fucking Shandy.
Oh, God.
Ace, I would probably do shit. Actually, I mean, I like all of Ace's stuff. I'm in need of love if I was going to do that. And then Peter, I would probably do Hooligan.
Oh, are you out of your goddamn
if I didn't
mind?
have to include solos, Gene, I would do probably Boomerang. And then Aces, I would probably do something off a Masked Torpedo Girl.
So I got to back up it. You're telling me that Hooligan is worse than anything on Peter's solo album?
Yes.
Holy fuck! That's breaking news. That's like a CNN alert. You're telling me that Easy Thing is better than Hooligan?
Yeah. I like Easy Thing is just easy to not like. It's just it's a terrible song, right? Hooligan annoys me and pisses me off. It's so stupid. If I had a nickel, I'd buy some more.
Okay, because
it's on the Kiss album. Like, you can just shit on Peter's solo album. It's over there on the side. No one's fucking bringing it up. Hooligan got put on a Kiss album. It's so stupid.
Which is hilarious because you love Peter so much more.
Oh, absolutely.
And Hooligan is one of my favorite friggin' songs.
So what would you pick?
See, because he didn't put any rules into the thing.
Right, I'm going to put you on the spot. What is Paul's worst?
If we're including the solo albums, it's got to be "Hold Me, Touch Me." The song is absolutely.
Oh shit! I forgot about that. That might have been my pick over Shandy. But go ahead.
It's
Let's say you're not including the solos. Now I'm going to make you fuck. Go ahead.
Well, I don't want to, and then I don't want to count "And Then She Kissed Me" because that's a cover. But
no, it's there. It is. Then She Kissed Me.
I want to say.
Wait a minute. Do you think "Then She Kissed Me" was Gene's idea to put it on there? No, that's Paul's.
No.
So yeah.
But see now, but again, Steven, you made this question tough for us because what rules are we supposed to stick with? Because
I'm making it up as we go. Go ahead.
Okay, because if we're just going to go entire catalog, sorry, Sonny, but I got to throw like "I'm Alive" on there as like one of the worst.
I'm Alive. Great. Okay, so now Gene.
Oh God! I mean, if we're talking solo album, you got to shit on "When You Wish Upon a Star."
Okay, now no solo albums.
Honestly, this is tough because my instinct is to say Boomerang, but I just can't get past that "We Are One" song off of Psycho Circus. It's just
song. I can't get by it. I'm going to kill it. I think that's funny.
I can't.
Ace.
Oh, see, I'm on an island here because I think Ace has a lot of shit on his solo album. I would probably say something like "Wiped Out" or something.
I like Wiped Out. I like it. It's all about drinking.
Yeah.
All right. So then, what about
non-solo for Ace? That's tough because I do like those Unmasked songs.
Yeah, I know. You have to pick one of them. I don't hate anything Ace did in Kiss.
I would probably say "Torpedo Girl." Yeah, but I like that song. It's so fucking dumb. And then for Peter.
Easy Thing for if you're including solos,
or like "I Can't Stop the Rain."
Oh my God, that song's awesome.
Okay, if we're talking studio
non-solo,
if we're talking non-solo,
yeah, this might be tough for you because you like the Peter Kiss songs.
I do, and
it's probably "Dirty Living" or the other one from you. "Hard Luck Woman" or "Beth"? You don't like
I love "Dirty Living." I love everything off Dynasty. It would probably be Beth, but Beth is a good
Baby Driver.
No, I love Baby Driver.
Getaway or Mainline?
I was gonna say Strange Ways, but I don't want you to kill me. But I like Strange Ways. I guess I'd probably have
buddy Chody's got a fucking podcast named Strange Ways.
I know. I'd probably have to go with Beth, I think, even though it's kind of a cop. Beth is a good song. I don't know.
Maybe hard cock woman.
I don't know. Steven, that was a good question. We actually could have had an entire episode on that, but thank you for that question.
Absolutely. Is that it for questions?
Yeah, we're just going to do 2 tonight.
Okay, brother.
Maybe we'll save an episode for the future and just do mailbag all night.
Ugh. Dirtbag all night. So,
all night.
yeah. People can find us on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio. We are there now. We are on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. We're on YouTube. It's just our logo and the episode is in the background playing. Well, not in the background, but it's playing. Yeah. And the only photo is that we don't put up our Skype online because we edit in songs. I think it would be kind of stupid if we did that and like, oh, hold on, there's no songs in this. So you can get a hold of us at our email, shoutitoutloudcast@gmail.com, shoutitoutloudcast@gmail.com. I can tell you over and over again, we love your emails. Keep them coming. They're fantastic. We love the feedback, and we'll be sure to get a good one. Next one we have, we'll throw one on there. The next real interesting one. Some of them are pretty good. You just give us ideas and stuff. But, chances are we'll put it up and we'll talk about it if it's something unique. So please feel free to email us. Go online and give us a 5-star child review on our iTunes platform. That helps people find our podcast and gets us out to the masses. So you just go to iTunes, you click our icon there, and if you scroll down, there'll be a part where you can do reviews. Hit 5 stars. Put a little message in there. Love these guys. They fucking rock. Or I relax myself at night listening to Tommy's voice. I don't know. Feel free to put whatever you want in there. But it is very helpful to us, and we do appreciate when you do that. So thank you for that. The other part that we want to talk about a little bit here tonight, Tom, is talk about our affiliation with Pantheon.
Yeah, absolutely. So Pantheon Podcast Family, we've mentioned them before, but we really want to talk about them. We're part of that podcast network. And if you're a music fan, not just hard rock, heavy metal, any genre of music, you're going to find something on Pantheon that's going to keep you entertained. We've talked about some of the rock specific ones. One of the best out there is Martin Popoff, famous, amazing author. His History in 5 Songs podcast. He picks a kind of an era of the hard rock, heavy metal, and takes 5 songs to kind of explain that era. It's amazing. Rock Candy is another one that I love. 2 girls crazy like Zeus and I. They talk about all different kinds of genres of rock, metal. Tons of great podcasts. Check them out. You can check them out at Pantheon Podcasts. They have Twitter and Facebook as well. And another thing to what Zeus said too about, we're also a review on Podchaser too. I don't know if you mentioned Podchaser, Zeus.
Not this time, but go ahead.
Yep. So Podchaser is another outlet too where you can listen to us and rate and review
podcasts out there. Yeah, and it's
Yep.
It's a great way out there. We have a lot of our friends are on Podchaser too. Give them some great reviews out there.
Yep.
And I think that's just another way for us to get out to the masses. And also, feel free to like a lot of those podcasts out there. They're friends of the Pantheon Podcast Network. Our buddy Daryl does a lot of the videos for him. Daryl Albers, great guy, does a lot of the marketing, the media for us. So we really appreciate Daryl. And then another thing, and we didn't mention it last week, but we got to make mention of this Tom this week. Tom is wearing it. I am wearing it. We are wearing what?
Our awesome Click Tea Shop T-shirts from our buddy Ed.
We didn't plan it, did we?
No, we didn't. Nope.
I almost wore the same exact shirt. What do you got on?
I am wearing the Budokan 77 one, which has the drum riser from the Alive 2 gatefold with the cats and the flames and the Japanese symbols. That's the one I'm wearing tonight.
Yeah, I ordered that. Came in this week.
Yep.
But I'm not wearing that. I am wearing our brand new Shout It Out Loudcast t-shirt. Fucking awesome. Yes, I'm patting ourselves on the back. It looks great, feels great. I'm super proud of this. And I feel like shouting it from the rooftops because Ed came up with this idea of this logo. He did a fucking awesome job. The t-shirt looks great. And one of the things that Ed did, and we partnered with him, is you can get our logo, our shirt, all our stuff, and anything else, any of his T-shirt, his designs, anything on a plethora of items on his website. So if you are interested in getting a Shout It Out Loudcast T-shirt, go to Click T-Shop, KlickTeeshop, ClickTeeshop.com. You'll see everything there. Shout It Out Loudcast, some of his awesome limited edition Eric Carr shirts that he has out there. You'll see all the great fucking what's considered classic now Click T-Shop T-shirts available. And then you can put those on everything. You can put them on beach towels. You can put them on friggin' bottle openers for fucking pajama bottom. I don't know. You can put it on anything.
Yeah, he's been Ed updated his website, and he's been we always share and retweet his stuff. But they got a new line of baseball caps that are pretty kick ass. He's got socks. He's got coffee mugs, all kinds of crazy stuff, and you can get stuff with our logo on it. If you're not familiar, go on there. He's got classic Kiss inspired logos, different designs that only the big Kiss fans would be familiar with. So check him out for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And Ed, does a fantastic job. Small business owner, right?
Yep.
Got to support those type of people. He does a quality job. Reward him with your business because I think he's earned it. And then, you know what? Go get yourself a Shout It Out Loudcast fucking hat if you'd like. But all our stuff, if anybody's interested, go online. It's on his website. Click KlickTeeshop.com, ClickTeeshop.com, and check it out. I think you'll like it.
Absolutely.
So, other than that, famous last words?
If I'm thinking everything's all wrong, my girl shakes me. She awakes me. Then I really know that I would steal. You got to jump in and say anything for my baby.
Oh, no, you were doing a great job. I wanted to hear the rest of it.
No, I'm done. That's it, baby.
Oh. Anyways, here we go. Woo! I'm in love with you. Don't want the truth because you're much too young. You're much too young. How's that?
Here we go. Now you're gonna need to get some cough drops for the rest of the night. Now
that wasn't very Satchmo-like. I don't know if I did a little.
All right, I like it.
It was a little demonish there, right?
Okay, all right, man.
I thought, when the fuck am I ever going to get an opportunity to put acrobat in the lyrics?
That is a good point. Well done. Well done. Well done.
So till next time, thank you everyone for listening. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you, Zeus. Thank you, everyone. Hope you enjoyed this special episode of Box Set Disc 1.
Till next time, peace out, girl.